Ms. Torres, this is your twin sister, and unfortunately the two of you don't get along. You claim there was a conflict, a physical fight, and you say your sister attacked you. Your sister, on the other hand, says you and your husband attacked her. She has filed a counterclaim, stating that when she was taken into custody, she left some belongings at your mother's home, and she believes you kept them. Let's begin with the basics. On what date did this incident occur? Plaintiff, May 25, 2014. Judge, does your mother live alone? Plaintiff, no, Your Honor. She lives with my father and my older sister. Judge, so there are 3 siblings? Plaintiff, yes, ma'am. Judge, who arrived at your mother's home first that day? Plaintiff, I did, Your Honor. Judge, what time did you get there? Plaintiff, around 7:30. Judge, morning or evening? Plaintiff, evening. Judge, who was present when you arrived? Plaintiff, my mother and older sister. I had just come from taking my father to church. Judge, how often do you visit your parents? Plaintiff, every day. I live only a few blocks away. Judge, and you? Turns to the defendant. Defendant, I visit about once a week, sometimes less. Judge, how many times did you see them in September? Defendant, probably twice because I avoid going when my sister is there. Judge, and in August? Defendant, maybe 5 to 10 times since she was out of town. Judge, if I called your parents, would they confirm that? Defendant, yes, ma'am. Judge, does your husband usually go with you when you visit? Defendant, not always, but most of the time, yes. Judge, now, tell me what time you reached your parents' house that day. Defendant, around 3:30 or 4 in the afternoon. Judge, and who was home? Defendant, my mother, father, and sister. Judge, what time did your father leave for church? Defendant, I'm not sure. I believe they went after everything happened. Judge, you understand your timeline isn't making sense? Defendant, it happened in the evening. Judge, sir, is that correct? Looks at defendant's husband. Husband, yes, Your Honor. We got there in the evening, not the afternoon. Judge, thank you. Now we are getting somewhere. Tell me what happened when you arrived. Defendant, I don't remember the exact time. I take a lot of medication. Judge, if you can't recall whether it was day or night, that's a problem. I need clear testimony. Defendant, I have photos showing. Judge, no. Before photos, I need your account. Start from when you arrived. Defendant, fine. I was sitting at the dining table. I heard the garage door open, and in came my sister and her husband. He walked straight toward me and threw a cup of soda with ice directly into my face. Judge, why would he do that? Defendant, because they were already angry when they walked in. The moment they entered the house, they started accusing me of things I didn't do. Judge, stay with the facts. What happened immediately after the drink was thrown? Defendant, I stood up from the table, wiped my face, and asked why he attacked me. Before I could even finish speaking, my sister rushed toward me, yelling that I had no right to be in our parents' home. Judge, did she touch you? Defendant, yes. She grabbed my arm and tried to pull me away from the table. That's when my mother came into the room and told everyone to calm down. Judge, did anyone calm down? Defendant, not really. Her husband kept shouting, and my sister kept saying I was lying about everything. I tried to walk away toward the hallway, but she followed me and pushed me from behind. Judge, you're telling me she pushed you? Defendant, yes, Your Honor. That's when I fell against the wall. My father came out of his room and told everyone to stop before someone got seriously hurt. Judge, and then what happened? Defendant, I left the house immediately. I didn't want the situation to get worse. Later that night, the police contacted me because she had called them first, claiming that I attacked her. Judge, so both sides accused each other? Defendant, exactly. But I'm the one who was hit with a drink and shoved. I have bruises from that night, and I told the officers everything when they arrived. Judge, let's hear from you now. Turns to the plaintiff's sister. Tell me your version of what happened when you arrived at the house. Plaintiff, Your Honor, none of that is true. When we walked in, she was already arguing with our older sister. She jumped up the moment she saw us and started shouting that we were planning something against her. Judge, did you or your husband throw anything? Plaintiff, no, ma'am. We walked inside peacefully. She approached us, pointing her finger in my husband's face and telling him to stay out of family business. Judge, so why was there soda all over her face? Plaintiff, because when she rushed at us, she knocked the cup out of his hand. He was holding it, but he didn't throw it. It spilled because she charged toward him. Judge, are you saying it was an accident? Plaintiff, yes, absolutely. Judge, and what happened after the spill? Plaintiff, she became even more aggressive. She grabbed my arm, twisted it, and yelled that I had been turning our parents against her. I tried to get away, but she followed me toward the hallway and pushed me. Judge, both of you claim the other did the pushing. Is that right? Plaintiff, yes, Your Honor, but I'm telling the truth. She's the one who shoved me. When she did, I lost my balance and fell into the doorframe. That's when my mother stepped in and told her to stop. Judge, and then? Plaintiff, she ran out of the house. A few minutes later, she started sending me angry text messages, and I realized things were getting out of control. So I contacted the police and told them what happened. I wasn't the aggressor, I was trying to protect myself. Judge, all right, I've heard both sides give completely different stories. Now I want to understand the events immediately after the confrontation. When did the police arrive? Plaintiff, about 20 minutes later, Your Honor. They came to the house, talked to all of us, and wrote a report. Judge, and what did you tell them? Plaintiff, I explained that she grabbed me first. I showed them the mark on my arm where she twisted it. My husband also spoke to the officers and told them exactly what he saw. Judge, did your sister say anything to the police? Plaintiff, she had already left the house before they got there. The officers said they would contact her later to get her side. Judge, did they ask you whether anything belonging to her was still in the home? Plaintiff, yes. They asked if she had left belongings in my parents' house when she was taken into custody earlier that week. I told them that the only things there were clothing and a small bag she kept in the guest room. Judge, and what happened to that property? Plaintiff, I put everything aside in a box so she could collect it. I didn't take anything of hers, and my mother can confirm that. Judge, turns to defendant. Is that accurate? Defendant, no, Your Honor. Some of my things are missing, items that were definitely there before the police came. I believe she took them intentionally. Judge, such as? Defendant, jewelry, makeup, a tablet, and some personal documents. None of it has been returned. Judge, and you're confident those items were left at your parents' house? Defendant, yes. I saw them the day before everything happened. I'm not accusing anyone without reason. I simply want my things back. Judge, exhales, leaning back. This case is turning into a puzzle. One side insists the other attacked first, the other says the opposite. Now both of you are accusing each other of taking property. Before I make any decision, I want to hear from someone neutral. Your mother or father. Were they witnesses? Plaintiff, my mother saw part of what happened. Defendant, and my father came out when things got loud. Judge, good. If they're in the hallway, bring them in. I want to hear from someone who isn't trying to prove a point.